If you're losing hours and hours of precious time because your footage is really unorganized and messy, both inside of File Explorer and Davinci Resolve, and you just don't know how to fix that issue or even where to start, don't worry. In today's video I'm going to show you exactly how you can structure all of your files and folders to bring into Davinci Resolve that is super easy, fast and streamlined, so that you can get back onto editing without having to worry about even touching the files in the first place. If you're new here, my name is Jesse, and on this channel I teach everything to do with Davinci Resolve, high performance workflows and helping you become a better editor. So if you're into all that sort of stuff, make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of my latest videos. So to start things off, we're going to be inside of File Explorer or whatever, you might be in Finder if you're on Apple or whatever, but I'm inside File Explorer, and I'm first going to create the main project folder name. In this case you'll be naming whatever your project is, so if it's a wedding you'll be doing the name of the bride and groom and the year. For me I'll just go 2026 Jesse test project, just to keep things simple and straightforward. So this is like the main project folder, if you think of it like that. Everything to do with this project sits underneath this folder. Clean, easy, simple, and remember, you just go new folder and then whatever the project is. And so inside of that, this is where you're going to create things like footage. If you have assets which you're using, music, and a good rule of thumb is only creating the folder as you're ready to bring the things in. So I might go start with footage and then bring the footage in, create the assets folder, bring the assets in, create the music folder, bring the music in, so that it kind of keeps things kind of methodical and organized. But for this purpose of the video I don't actually need assets or footage, but I'm sure with the project, whatever you may be working on, you'll probably have both of those and probably a few other things like exports and all that sort of thing. So you want to keep everything under your main project folder. So this is the part where you'll import your stuff. So I'll go into my footage and I'll copy over. Let's pretend I'm copying over from an SD card. It's not actually an SD card, but I'm just going to copy footage in anyway, just for this example. So once all of your footage is in your folder, this is when you're going to start thinking of bringing it into Davinci Resolve. So we're going to go back to so we've got our footage here, and for this example I'll just quickly bring back those assets just so that you can see what's going to happen when we bring it into Davinci Resolve. And remember, all of our footage is under footage here, footage is there. Right, so now we're going to jump in and open Davinci Resolve, and we'll go and create the new project. So I'll just call this Jesse test project, and it's always a good rule of thumb to store the project media location under your project folder which we just created. So I'm going to do that now. Here we go, under there, select folder, and we'll go create. So straight away we're brought into the cut page, but we don't need the cut page, so we're going to jump straight into the edit page. Before we get into bringing in the footage, we'll quickly go in and make sure all of our project settings are correct. 25, cool, save. If you look over here, you've got your media pool. If you don't see your media pool here, you just come up to this little tab and you toggle it on and off, because sometimes it will be hidden like that. And so you just want to go to media pool and make sure it's open, and this is where you'll drag in the footage. But if you want to have it fast and streamlined so you don't have to reorganize everything, this is very key, so that you don't have to reorganize everything, you're going to do this instead. So you have your folder or folders, and you're going to go to your main project folder, and you're going to drag it over by the master. We're going to do that, and what this does, so we don't change, is it automatically drags it in based off the file structure we've got going on here. So without me having to create anything under master, it's got the folder structure. I can cover this quickly again. So we've got no media in the media pool, and all we're going to do is we're going to drag the main project folder. Everything's under here, and we're not dropping it here, we're dropping it under master on this far left panel. Drop it in, and it just automatically has the whole file structure. We've got our footage here. Obviously I didn't have anything in these folders, but they'd all be there. And it doesn't matter how many folders you have. So for instance, under assets, I'm just going to create a bunch of folders, and even under this one, and let's imagine that they all have footage in them. And I'm going to drag assets in under assets, and do you see how it brings in this? Obviously that was a bad example because that's just a mess now, but hopefully you get the point that it automatically sorts it by the folder. It's very fast and very useful, especially if you have a massive project where everything's already organized inside of your file explorer, but you don't want to have to reorganize everything inside Davinci Resolve. So I'm just going to delete that. And so that's basically it for this tutorial, because everything's organized now. And so you'll always work under your main directory folder, and this is where you can create your timelines and make sure you name them. So this was V1, this one's V2, and this is where you can drag in your footage, and everything's working all lovely dovely, and it's all very organized, and it's super streamlined for when you're editing. So it's very overlooked, but quite a simple method as to how you can go about editing everything inside Davinci Resolve so that you don't waste hours. So I really hope that helped. It's quite an easy tip which I started doing a little while back, which made a massive difference to how I edit, because it means I don't need to build out the structure inside Resolve all manually when I'm creating these projects. I can literally just import things from the SD card, bring them into File Explorer, have it already organized as it would be for archival, and then I just drag it into edit, and it's all boom 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 all there. And if you want to take your video editing seriously inside Davinci Resolve, I've got an email list that you can sign up for. Link is either in the description or on my channel bio. Make sure to sign up for that so you don't miss out on anything. We'll be dropping some very, very valuable content in there, so make sure you don't miss out on that. And if your computer is struggling and lagging when you're trying to edit inside Davinci Resolve, you can fix that by watching this video right here. Bring it back.